Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Ciderhouse Rebellion's InCider Sessions. I am joined, as always, by my colleague, Mr. Adam Summerhays. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Hello, Murray.
Good.
Cheers. I hope everybody's got a glass of their favourite cider.
Way ahead of you there. Way ahead.
Excellent.
Well, we've got a really quite an exciting show for you today. We've got an exclusive. More of that later. We've possibly got Jeremy, I think.
Yes, Jeremy's answering questions from his fans.
Yes.
This week.
Is his fan Jessie by any chance?
No. Jessie, I don't know if she is his fan really. He's quite an irritating chicken at times. No, he's as those of you who have engaged will know, he's got a list of questions from InCider viewers, of which 2 have been chosen.
I don't even know what's coming, so, well, nothing new there. Anyway, I suspect we ought to get on with the first tune.
I think we should.
I can never remember the name of this one, Adam. What's it called?
Well, I do know the name of it, and also I've got something to help Murray remember next time. As you can, those of you who aren't Murray, who cannot see this, will be able to tell. This is a mouse. It's Stripy Mouse, actually. It belongs to my wife. This is a jug. This is Stripy Mouse in a jug. The tune is called Mouse in the Jug. Look, there it is in the jug. Mouse in the jug.
You never know. Even I might remember that.
I think
we'll find
you could.
out. I actually, first time I heard this tune was from the lovely Karen Tweed. I had some pupils of mine were at, I think it was at the Folk Beat Festival in Derby when it existed.
Derby still exists.
Derby does still exist. Thank you, Adam. I was thinking that just as I said it, but I can trust you to point it out. Thank you.
Well,
yeah, they went to a workshop with Tweed, and she played this tune. It's rather nice.
This is a jig.
So we've had a mixed week of fortunes, I would say. It's been very, very, very busy this week. We've been doing a lot. More on that still to come. But
Yes.
the technical crisis, oh dear.
It's been very exciting.
It's been very exhausting. Amongst children, obviously. So we, as you know, listen to each other through the telephone. That's how we are managing to play in live sync together. And I've been using an old cordless phone. I've had it for years, and it seemed, when we started this experiment, perfectly acceptable to break into it and start getting the soldering iron and all the rest of it. But we did find that battery fade out was causing one or two issues. So, good idea. Let's buy an old, a standard plug-in line telephone.
Which is what I'm using, because my radio phone was rubbish from the beginning, and the plug-in one works fine.
Yeah. So, brilliant.
Ish.
What could possibly go wrong? Everything, basically, went wrong.
We spent I can't remember which evening it was, we did 4.5 hours mucking around with the phones, desperately trying to be able to hear each other properly. You could hear each person individually fine, unless the other one started playing, at which point, absolute chaotic nightmare.
I mean, I've not tried this phone as a normal phone, having a telephone conversation. It's ripped to pieces, I've taken all the inners out and all the rest of it, but I can hear my voice, obviously it was me playing, but so loud and hardly a word from the other end. I can't imagine it works as a telephone.
Yes, it's very good. But eventually we decided that was not helping. Murray had the sudden brainwave that if he kept his cordless thingy sitting on its handset charger, then it wouldn't run out of battery.
Yeah, absolutely. The silly thing was, of course, in the beginning, as it were, cordless phone, grab the handset, stick it outside the studio. Excellent, there we go. Why would I move the base? But in order to make this new phone work, I had to get an extension cable, a telephone extension. So then I could move the cordless. So out of massive crisis, we ended up a little bit better off.
No battery better. And I also bought 2 other plug-in handset, whatever they're called, to see if either of them were better. One of them was spectacularly worse, and the other is a bit better. So actually, we then suddenly recorded a couple of tracks where we could hear, and it was all very lovely. I mean, when I say hear, not well. It was like hearing somebody at the other side of a crowded party. But still.
Yes, none of this is easy, but that certainly made it to the level of pulling hair out and borderline giving up. It was
it wasn't good. Anyway, thankfully we persevered and were able to record what you just heard for a start.
Absolutely.
And then a whole new level of difficulty turned up relating to the next track, which is very exciting actually. It's a new band that Murray and I formed, I guess, with the other two in October last year, I think it was. We recorded
October, blimey.
God, yeah. We recorded an album. I'm not going to tell you the whole story of it this second. Murray might in a minute, I don't know. And we decided that we needed to... we're actually Artist of the Month on folk radio this month, so we needed a video to go out. So we thought, right, we need to do a video, because we didn't have one. We'd only actually recorded our album, not done anything.
It's kind of difficult when you're in Derbyshire, I'm in Nottinghamshire, there's another member, we'll say who's in it in a minute.
Cormac's in Yorkshire, and I think it's Yorkshire, and Molly's in Ireland.
Yeah.
So we had to do this differently. We couldn't do it over the phone using our normal technique. There's no way it would work with 4 people. So I chose a song from the ones that Molly and I had shortlisted. Molly's the singer, had shortlisted for the album. She sang a rough version. sent it to Cormac, who is our Baron player. He got the feel from that, put down a rhythm track. She re-sang over that, sent that to Murray, who combined both of them. Then he put in the accordion. Then all that came to me, and I put in me. And then Murray mixed the audio, and I put together the videos, which you'll see in a minute, which is all fine, except for the fact that I wanted to create some cool video effects, or at least ones I thought were cool, and so much so that my computer then needed just over 7 hours to process the video. Also, it wouldn't play the video in real time as I was editing it, so I couldn't see what was going on. Could only judge what I'd done.
6 minute long video.
Yeah,
seven hours of rendering for a 6 minute video.
So I could only tell if it worked once I'd rendered it. So the first time I looked at it, yeah, that's really good. Just want to tweak a couple of things. Back to the drawing board to tweak them. And at the same time, Murray sent me the completed audio, which I'd only had a kind of a rough mix before to put the video in sync with. So I then reprocessed that, only to discover that for some reason it had come out at a different point, the audio, which I hadn't noticed. So then the audio track was completely out of sync with the video. This I come down to find in the morning after it was processing all night. Then I processed it again and discovered I'd misspelt the title of the video and had to process it again. So that's not far short of 24 hours of processing. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. We do have a solution. I worked it out that if both of us could get a nice shiny new Mac Pro each, this would be easier. So if anybody out there feels, that they would like to treat the Ciderhouse Rebellion, each computer I worked out would cost £11,000. So if anyone happens to have £22,000 spare, just drop us a message. That'd be much appreciated.
More realistically, it might be that we need a couple of people to chip in.
Oh, okay. What, one each?
Yeah, one each.
Excellent.
Good.
Right, here's the video.
This one is by The Ha. I was to be the lead singer, but they said I was no good. It's called Anarchy Gordon, and it's like Romeo and Juliet, but with less sex and more, the same amount of death. There are no shoes in it.
Bonnie, and there lies my love. My heart, it flies on him and will not remove. It will not remove. Oh, for all that I have done, oh, I never will forget my love, Anarchy. For Anarchy Gordon, he's bonny and he's rough. He'd entice any woman that ever he saw. He'd entice any woman, and so he has done me. Oh, I never will forget my love, Anarchy. Down came her father, and he's standing at the door, saying, Jeannie, you're trying the tricks of a whore. You care nothing for a man who cares so very much for thee. You must marry Lord Sultan and leave Anarchy. For Anarchy Gordon, he's barely but a man, and although he may be
So that is the very first time that has been shown anywhere. World exclusive tonight, The Ha. We have a new album, The Ha. It's coming out on the 5th of June. I happen to have a sneaky copy. There it is. 5th of June, it's coming out. It's a really cracking album. Molly is such an amazing singer. So Molly Donnery singing, Cormac Byrne on bowrons and percussions, the incomparable bowron player. You'll know him from Show of Hands and all sorts of other things. And then Adam and myself. The pre-order link is...
That's somewhere.
One of these days I'll work out where links go. But yeah, get it ordered. It's a cracking album. You won't regret it.
And as you'll have heard, Jeremy was deeply involved with the entire process. He was about 4 or 5 days old when Molly came over in the summer to see me in Yorkshire to choose tracks, basically, choose what we wanted her to sing. And he was quite convinced he was going to be the lead singer, as he said, and therefore I thought you should hear a bit of his singing. Here it is.
I found him by the railroad tracks this morning. I could see that he was nearly dead. I knelt down beside him and I listened just to hear the words the dying fellow said. He said they let me out of prison down in Frisco. For 10 long years I've paid for what I've done.
So, as you could hear, he does have some talent, but I think we made the right choice. However, a lot of you are becoming unreasonably fond of Jeremy, I've noticed, and also expecting him to answer some fairly profound and difficult questions. So, on your behalf, I talked to him earlier in the week. Jeremy.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for talking to us again. I've got some questions for you from your fans. Questions for you.
From me?
Yes.
From my fans?
Yes. People respect your opinion.
That's because I'm a fabulous bird. Wise, sage bird. Not sage.
Yes, sage
Not
is
sage.
more about stuffing, isn't it? So your first question,
Yes.
why are chickens significant Easter animals when the rabbits are the ones taking credit for delivering the Easter eggs? Is it because chickens are yellow? And why isn't Jeremy yellow? I appreciate that's more than one question.
I live with a rabbit. I have to go inside when the rabbit comes.
Yes.
Rabbits are bad.
Oh.
That's why. Nasty rabbits. Nasty. I was yellow, but now I'm white.
Yes. So rabbits take the credit because they're nasty,
Nasty rabbits.
and you're not yellow because you're white.
Yes.
Profound. Thank you.
Fabulous.
Well, we could move on to the second question, which is quite
Yes.
simple. Why is orange jam called marmalade?
Because chickens can't say orange really well.
No.
So we call it marmalade. Marmalade.
Yes, thank you. And chickens invented it, did they?
Yeah,
You invented marmalade.
I did.
Thank
Get
you.
on my bed.
Jeremy, thank you so much.
Yes.
So it's been a very hard-working week. Obviously, we've done the heart and created all of that video, but at the same time, I've been doing all the mixing for the new InCider Sessions CD.
Fortunately, my studio doesn't extend to having any mixing gear, so I don't have to do it.
Yeah, I did. So we have selected, I think it's 12 tracks from what we've been doing over the last few weeks, and they've gone through all the processes that go on in the studio, tweakages and EQings and all that sort of stuff, and it's ready. It's in pre-master.
Yep.
It's very exciting. Tomorrow we have the lovely John Astley of multiple fames, The Who, etc. He is going to master it for us tomorrow. It's very exciting. He's mastered quite a lot of our product recently. The Untold Ciderhouse, her first album, The Untold. If you haven't got a copy, the link's somewhere. So he's going to master it tomorrow, and it should be then going to reproduction in the next week, hopefully. So the link for pre-ordering it is, again, wherever these things go. I don't really
Somewhere.
understand.
I think you put it perfectly last time. Somewhere.
It's somewhere. Yeah. You'll find it. We'll make sure you find it. Don't worry.
So the only disappointing thing is we're not going down to master it with John.
Yeah,
because-
it's always a pleasure.
And it's nice to see his cat. And also, for the last 3 times we've been down, we were actually early, which is the only time that Murray and I have ever been early for anything.
It is true.
So that's a disappointment. So
and it has that lovely Italian restaurant. Oh
yes. Oh, yes. Right. So I think we're going on to the final track now, which is it's an old Scottish lament. I've always known it as the Gallows Tree, but it turns out that other names are also available.
This one is called the Gallows Tree. Not nice.
thank you all very much for being with us again this evening. It's quite fun doing this. If anybody feels like buying us a traditional coffee, the link is in that somewhere that Murray keeps talking about, but that's bye-bye from me.
If you haven't had enough Ciderhouse Rebellion, we are actually just about to be on Blues and Roots Radio. bluesandrootsradio.com I think is the website, but if you look on the Facebook page, our Facebook page, you'll see the link. I believe we're on virtually any minute now, so there's the picture that's on my computer ready. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you next week.